So, last session, we had our wonderful group of 5 adventurers arrive at the Witchlight Carnival at various points in the line. Each of you proceeded through, making various introductions to the goblin Nicholas. Some of them successful, some of them... Well, Nicholas doesn't like some of you. Let's just put it like that. He's not a fan. The 5 of you then, rather than proceeding to do what you're here to do, which is find the things you've lost, we're like, well, we're in a carnival, let's just go on rides and have fun instead. So that became the game. You guys have thus far gone on a dragonfly ride and saved an innocent civilian nearby. You have gone over to Lost Property and met Dia, or Diagrilia. I hate pronouncing the displacer beast with a keg of non-alcoholic honey mead around her neck, and helped her find a missing child. You went to some of the small stalls where MizzRacer discovered that she can trade her ticket for snacks. Also, you fought like a goblin, but that's unimportant. One of you wrestled a naked goblin.
Don't skip over that.
And of course, the pièce de résistance. You went over and met one.
Grab my pen.
You met one very interesting, very lovely Eliwick Tumblestrom, a halfling, a young halfling bard who pointed you towards the feasting orchard.
That's right.
Where the events of which will cause us to tonight be exploring the long-lasting effects of custard damage. So, having just finished the eating contest and beaten what was essentially an elderly man and a child, the group stands outside of the feasting orchard. Eliwick Tumblestrom is nowhere to be seen as far as you can tell. What would you like to do, lovelies?
Now, was I right in assuming that my organic Sherpa friend had just eaten an award that turned him invisible?
Yes, he is currently invisible for 1 hour. He took what was meant to be a useful magic item for later in the game and just halved it. So, like,
Sorry, guys.
No, it
was.
There was given.
No, it's going to be useful now. It was one more cupcake.
Yeah, so I want to take this moment while everyone's quiet to just point out that the young child last session, Vero, took the equivalent of 15 points of damage and is definitely over at the first aid 10 right now.
How many points of health does this dude have?
It's just custard damage.
More than one member of this party does. That child had 3 more health points than Snack. By all accounts, if you guys are going into combat, you're better off taking the child.
At least they wouldn't be snacking the entire time.
Hey,
well,
look.
you got to think about how much that kid has eaten.
Look, Vero, if any of you remember his name, he has bloodlust, so...
Okay, can we go
that boy ate his body weight in custard-filled cakes. He knows how to get it done. He plays the game, and we got to respect him for that.
He goes hard in the paint. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. No pain, no gain for Vero.
Yes, you can say that.
Okay.
So, you are all currently standing out the front of the feasting orchard. Eliwick Tumblestrom was not there to greet you as you left the stage. None of you know where she is. She told you to come see her afterwards. She gave you the prize, walked off stage, and seemingly vanished into thin air. So it's up to you guys. I do believe that at this point, Ms. Snack has used 2 of her 3 punch holes in her ticket, and the rest of you have used 1. So you guys have the entire carnival at your disposal. If you'd like a reminder of where you've been and what you haven't been to, do feel free to ask.
I do believe mine was going to the snail races, and then I got distracted by fighting a goblin naked. So,
Yes, naked goblin fighting took priority apparently.
and I don't think I'll make it there because I'm still easily distracted till dawn. So
So if you actually look at the map, you will see that you have you're essentially on the opposite side of the carnival to where the snail races are, like almost completely. So you have to get through all of those distractions before you get to snail races. So
I don't think that's gonna happen, brother.
yeah.
I know myself who's easily distracted, and now I have to play a character who's easily distracted. Nah.
While I'm invisible, I would like to head with Dante to the staff lounge and see if we can find some answers and maybe get past Burley.
Who is this Dante you speak of?
Oh, sorry, Zenfire. Apologies. out of practice.
So you guys start heading over to the staff lounge. While these two are heading over to the staff lounge, MizzRacer, Albert, and Ranik, what would the 3 of you like to do?
What's in our immediate vicinity? What's the brightest shiny thing at my face?
The
Bubble pop
brightest
teapot.
shiny thing, actually, the brightest, shiniest thing where you are at the moment standing, the one thing you would see more than any other is the carousel. Is basically you walk out of this entrance and there is an entrance right in front of you to the carousel.
Looks like I'm heading there.
Yay!
Like a heat-seeking missile. It's like a moth to a flashlight, man. I'm freaking on there. I'm on it.
I'm going to be honest, guys. I was so proud of your last session for not splitting the party that I should have expected it to be the first thing to happen this session. Okay,
you
so
gotta
you're
remember
heading to
there's
the
Spar in the
carousel.
mix.
Razor and
split the party.
sorry, Ms. Snack and Eggmeister. What are you guys going to do?
Eggmeister will go with Ranik. Make sure he doesn't get into too much trouble.
Yep, sure thing.
Impossible.
I'm gonna
And
go to the
snap.
bubble pop teapot.
Teapot, it is wonderful. So we'll take care of the 2 who are getting up to mischief first. So the 2 of you very quickly make your way across the carnival to the big top, right past the entrance, right in the center of the carnival, that massive red, blue, and white tent where you can hear music and lights coming from the doorway. Now, you guys have a few options here. You know that the staff area, based on your map you have, is behind the big top. Now, there doesn't appear to be any entrance, but you guys are pretty confident that you could either try to sneak around from the outside, or you may be able to find a way through the big top and out the back of the big top. So would you guys prefer to go through the big top to get there, or try to sneak around the outside? Both you imagine will be fairly busy.
I'm only invisible for an hour, so I think the quickest route, whichever of those 2 is the fastest.
It's hard to tell. The outside the big top seems like the fastest, but there's basically almost nothing to hide behind. Whereas through the big top, it's probably going to take you a bit longer. You imagine it's probably just basically a maze in there, but you will also imagine you will have a lot more cover and it'll be a lot easier to hide.
If there's an entry to the staff area, can we not just head straight to that entrance and we can have a bit of a dwarvish distraction at the entry, and I can sneak in and have a look?
Like I said, there is no entrance to the staff area that you can see. You imagine the actual entrance is like through the back of the
it looks like a smaller tent at the rear of the big top on the map.
Yeah, you imagine that you'd have to head through the big top for the proper entrance, but like there's a tiny makeshift sort of fence made up with like the wagons that would be easy to get past. There's a chance that like a guest or something might see you.
Yep.
If only you had somebody who's good at sneaking around.
We do. Luggage.
I wouldn't say.
The stealthiest, lumbering, invisible giant machine.
It's great because invisibility doesn't stop all of the noise he's making.
I get it.
So what do you...
I think we try and slip in from the outside if the inside is a maze.
From the outside, yeah, sure thing. So you head around the side.
What
of
do
the
you
big
think,
top.
Zenfire? Zenfire.
No, let's all ahead full. No one can see you. Let's. I'm happy to cause distractions while
Yep.
you try and sneak through.
All right, so we're going from the outside to try and sneak through while Zenfire ties his beard together or something.
Okay, Luggage, you head around the side of the big top and begin heading towards the staff area. Now, you are invisible, but invisibility is not fallible. You can still make noise and, like it's still obvious if you're not being careful. But, you're a seasoned adventurer and you know how invisibility works. You've probably done this before, or maybe not. Who knows? Maybe you're just really confident. But you head around the side of the big top and head towards the staff area. Now, the staff area, as you look at it, is essentially just a circular area with no proper fence around it, but they've essentially set up the various wagons and tents to make a natural fence. So you can essentially try to slip between two wagons or something like that, or you could try to climb under them or maybe go through someone's tent or something, but there's a lot of different ways you can get into the staff area. Before we roll that though, Zenfire, what kind of a distraction are you making? And where are you making it?
This is. I'm going to go with the ever popular. I've drunken too many things, bumbling fool type distraction, where I perhaps appear to be jovial yet lost, perhaps looking for a latrine of sorts.
Okay,
I
so
think
whose attention are you trying to get exactly with
Well,
this?
I'm not necessarily barging on with a distraction straight away. I more have one at the ready in case we do run into someone.
Okie dokie. So are you staying sort of away, keeping an eye on where Luggage is going, or are you with him trying to sneak in alongside him?
I would say that I am accompanying him at this point. With the view
my
that
apologies.
we might both either make it through unstopped, or if we do get stopped, then I'm at the ready, because I'm assuming for the most part that people will only see me, and unless their acute eye sees the rather large footprint coming, to the left or right of me from what might appear to be my invisible friend, hopefully they just think it's me by myself.
Okay. Could I please have the two of you roll me some stealth check each? Now,
Ooh.
Luggage, your stealth check
shit.
is made at advantage. So for your check, Luggage, you get to roll your d20 twice and take the higher number for yours because you are invisible. Now, while these two gentlemen roll those, we are going to dive over to Albert Eggmeister and Ranik. Albert Eggmeister and Ranik, the two of you approach the large carousel. You can see a procession of wooden unicorns appears to stand motionless on this large wooden circular platform. You can see that fairgoers begin to clamber onto the unicorns' backs as a female centaur sets the ride in motion. You can see the female centaur. She's sort of brown and white with sort of a dapple white over her face. She has elven style ears, very long flowing black hair that's braided towards the bottom. You can see much the same as all the other Witchlight hands. She wears those bright butterfly wings. Hers are big and blue. And she wears over her top human half sort of thing, a very nice blue sort of tight singlet type thing. You can see that her interwoven into her tail is these beautiful gold weave, and you can see she has the same thing in her hair and around her ankles as well. They're these beautiful gold bands that she has sort of interwoven throughout her outfit. You can see that the unicorns shake their manes and begin to creep to life, cantering around the carousel to the delight of their riders. As you approach, you are the only two people in line. The centaur turns around and says, just a second, a ride just started. Could I please have Ranik and Albert Eggmeister make me an insight check, please?
Okay, I'm a little bit smart. Okay, I forgot. I was resting on a 20 and then it popped over to a 2, so I got a 3. Fuck.
Well,
it literally slid on the 20 and then hit the edge of the computer screen and popped over to the 2.
And you, Mr. Albert?
I got a 18.
18. Ranik, you are so distracted by this carousel. This carousel looks like so much fun. You just cannot wait to have your turn at this damn carousel. It is all you want in the world at the moment. You are blind to everything around you, and you have tunnel vision on one particular beautiful blue unicorn. You cannot wait till that stupid 8-year-old girl gets off because it is yours. It is your unicorn, damn it, and you are going to have the most fun anyone's ever had on that unicorn.
Can we? So you're
Albert
saying that I will
Eggmeister.
stab a bitch about this?
Yeah. You begin like thumbing like the end of your knife if the ride doesn't hurry up. This is all you want. Albert, you on the other hand, you're sort of like paying attention to this mysterious centaur who's not really like looking at you. She's sort of just casually watching the ride. You can see that all the other Witchlight hands, they're very jovial, they're very happy. Even if they're not actually happy, they put on a show. You notice that this particular woman, she wears a name tag. You can't quite see what a name tag says, but she looks miserable. She just doesn't look happy. She has her arms crossed in front of her, and she just looks upset.
Oh, sucks to be her.
Shut up, Racer. I don't need you announcing what I'm doing, bro. Try to be covert here.
It's just so funny. You're just like, zoom, zoom. Then he's like, stop and look, and then you zoom.
I'm trying to get myself towards the
Okay,
middle, okay?
So,
As she sort of like, as the ride, are you guys gonna attempt to engage this young centaur lady in conversation, or are you just gonna
Hell
let the
yeah.
ride finish and have your turn?
I sort of try and ascertain sort of, why she's, not feeling so happy.
What do you say to her exactly?
Okay. Hello there. I'm trying to look at a name tag, and I say,
She sort of turns towards you as you say hello and gives you like a very curt nod and like a very clearly fake smile very briefly. As she turns towards you though, you see that her name tag reads Diana Cloppington.
Are you serious? I'm sorry, I'm not there. Sorry. That's Spar, not luggage.
that'd be why.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna try to talk to her
Okay.
because right now I'm eyeing. I think you said 8-year-old. I'm eyeing the 8-year-old with the knife in hand. So my attention is
no.
nowhere
So the
near
ride's
this.
still
This
going.
centaur does not exist to me.
That's all good. That's all good, Ranik. Yeah. Diana Cloppington is the name on her name tag.
I go, hi, Diana. Is there anything I can help you with? Are you feeling all right?
She sort of gives you like a curious look and just says, nothing you can really. It's no issue. Just I made a bad deal, and just sort of gotta,
Roll with the
deal
punches,
with
huh?
the consequences of our actions. Yeah.
Oh my god, Egg, you're gonna lead us.
You
down
make
a
bad
rabbit
deals and you
hole.
end up as a this, and just sort of motions her arms towards like her bottom half. This
Oh,
whole
you weren't
thing.
always a centaur? Or
I'm not a centaur. I'm a human. I
I'm
just
not gonna get physical about
I
this.
just made a.
Egg's just like, yeah.
What are you?
oh,
She sort of.
Hmm?
She sort of turns towards you. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing in the carnival? Just here for a nice day out? You seem real curious for the usual carnival goers.
I lost something when I came here a while back. Is my ability to keep secrets. I'm here with.
Now Racer's doing it.
Oh, okay. Well,
And here is
Mum,
4
no
other
hands.
people. Like this little
Look,
excited
Mum, no
guy here,
hands.
and the other one of them seems to have disappeared. Another one went to the big
I'm-
tent, and the other one went to the teepee.
I'm really sorry, Egg. I didn't catch any of that because other people were laughing and talking. I'm really sorry, but I was trying to pay attention to you, but I could not hear you over other people. Sorry, dude.
Sorry, Egg.
I say, oh, I've lost. Okay, yeah, I came here a while ago, like years ago once, and I remember I lost my ability to keep secrets, and now I'm here with 4 other people, and they're trying to find things that we've lost.
I kind of met a woman who was doing, anyway, she promised me to reunite me with my missing horse, and
Oh,
she just sort of
no.
motions to her horse bottom half. Yeah, it didn't exactly turn out the way I thought. It was, I guess, technically, I saw the horse again, but yeah,
Oh, wow, I'm so
look,
sorry.
I can't. Look, I can't talk about. Look, we need help. Okay, you need to help us. There's a woman, a halfling. You have to find her and talk to her. She can talk to you. Oh, hey, it's your turn. Look at that. Hey, here everyone comes, and everyone else sort of starts to get off.
About time.
Hey, can I get punched to get through? She takes both your tickets and punches them. And as you walk in, Egg, she just leans over very close and in your ear just whispers, "Speak to the unicorns," and it gives you like a really determined nod
Okay.
for someone who just told you to speak to unicorns.
Jeez. All right. Thanks.
All right.
We go on.
I
and
am pushing
find the
kids down and to the left, pushing them out of my way. I don't care who's in my way. I'm getting to that blue unicorn.
I try and get to the unicorn too.
It better
As
not
you
be
get
my
to the
unicorn.
The first you notice, Egg, that on the front of each unicorn is a name tag. However, you notice that only of the 8 unicorns here, only 4 of their name tags are complete. You can see that the first unicorn has the name Fortune, but the unicorn that sits next to it just has a B and then nothing. You see the second unicorn has the name Fall, but the second unicorn just has the unicorn after that one just has a PR. The next unicorn has the name Stone, but the unicorn after that just has an M and as the first letter, and then an S as the last letter. And the last 2 unicorns that you have the name Saves, and then the last one simply has the letter N as the third letter in a 4-letter word. You have no idea what this means. You have
I'm
absolutely
repeating that.
no clue what you're looking at. The two of you enjoy a pleasant ride on a unicorn ride. I can repeat that if you'd like. It's a lot. So the first pair of unicorns.
Mm-hmm.
So the first pair of unicorns are named Fortune, and the second one in that pair simply has a B at the start of whatever its name is. The second pair of unicorns have the name Fall, and then the other unicorn next to it has. So these unicorns are sort of like the one in front of this pair. The third pair of unicorns have the name. I apologize. The name Stone is the
audio,
unicorn.
Jay glitched out.
Yeah, audio glitch. Yep. That's cool. So I've got Fortune, B, 4, PR, Stone,
Well,
M,
drat.
dash S.
Oh, I thought it was
Braves.
fall. Like
Is it
FALL.
full or 4?
It is fall. FALL, fall.
That's what I
Oh,
thought.
fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that-
all
what
I
did you
caught
do
up
And
to,
then the
and then you
last two,
cut out hard.
the last pair are. I apologize. The last two that you have then are Stitch, STITCH, and the second unicorn in that pair simply has dash dash N dash.
Oh,
And what did the unicorn?
sure
I
what
know
that
Dante.
means.
Sorry,
Is it-
Zenfire and I are not catching this, but I want to jot it down. What was next to the one that was FALL? What was the second one in the pair there?
PR.
I think it was PR.
The letters PR,
Yeah.
and it was a 5-letter word. There's enough
So,
space
like-
there for a 5-letter word.
And
so
what
like,
was-
pride
what wa-
comes before the fall or something?
Yeah, fortune favors the brave. What was the one after B? Like fortune and then B?
You-
How many dashes?
Yeah, that was
3
fall,
redacted letters. So B 1 2 3. I would
Thank
like to question Eggmeister. Do
Hmm.
you say that out loud when you say pride goes before a fall?
Yeah. I say.
I'll
it's
be
kinda
nice and
like
say
that.
you maybe you climb up onto fall and you say, pride goes before a fall, and you watch as the PR at the front, the unicorn shakes for a second, and when it's done, it's like dust and metal fall away from the front, and you see that its name Pride is revealed.
Oh, I know what the third one is, but I'm not with you
Did
guys.
it thing.
Do we have it? Do we have an earpiece?
Yeah.
Guys.
No, you guys don't have anything like that, I'm afraid. This is why you
Okay.
don't split the party.
I wish we would have known that before.
Okay, we're going to
Hey,
move now to
hey, Ranik.
Mizz Snack. Mizz Snack, you split from the party because you were heading to the Bubble Pop Teapot, weren't you?
Yes.
Marvelous. The Bubble Pop Teapot, you're a good one. So, on your way to the Bubble Pop Teapot, Ms. Snack, you encounter, as you're riding along, walking along, you watch as a giant swoops overhead. As it does, you can see that it's not a carnival goer sitting on this dragonfly. It is one of the Witchlight hands. And he has a bucket of paint that he tips over 3 other Witchlight hands who are just walking through the fairground. He is laughing maniacally, as if this was part of some sort of grand plan that you are just completely oblivious to. You proceed to the Bubble Pop Teapot. So a 20-foot tall teapot, you can see, rests on a wooden platform. Its painted surface whirling with moving imagery of flying dragons breathing streams of bubbles. A door at the base of the teapot allows entry into its interior. Those who enter the teapot emerge from the spout, but appear to be enclosed in a bubble that detaches to float off across the carnival. You can see several goblins sit around the platform, sipping tea from mismatched and broken, some stained porcelain cups. You can see that there is a single goblin standing at the entrance, clearly checking people's tickets.
Oh, is that the end of the story? I thought there was more happening.
That is the description, yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk straight up to the goblin and ask if I can go inside.
Okay. He says, "Of course you can. Ticket, please." You hand over your ticket, I assume.
Yes, I presume that's what I have on me, apart from my cupcake.
Yep.
that you would
Miss Snack,
share.
I will inform you that that is your last. That is your last hole punch, Miss Snack.
Yep.
Just so that you're aware, you have no more rides for the day. You can go buy another ticket, but We'll get to that if it happens. So, you are taken into the teapot. As you enter, it is a small, dark room. All of a
I'm gonna
sudden,
get
you
murdered.
feel this strange film over the top of you. It's like your hands, like your whole body's covered in oil, almost. It's like it's this film of liquid. You can feel it like over your hands, over your arms, like over your face and your lips and your neck, but you can still breathe fine. And a second, you're so distracted by this, you're so taken aback by this that it takes you a second to realize that you're not standing on the ground anymore. You're floating. And very slowly, you watch as light begins to emerge from a hole above you. And as you move towards that hole, the light seeps in and you exit the spout of the teapot. And you see encased in a giant bubble. Well, not giant, you're a fairy. So it's a fairy-sized bubble floating above the Witchlight Carnival. As you float there in this bubble, you look around and everything's like a strange mix of like rainbow colors, and your whole vision is distorted. You take a minute to think about the fact that you're a fairy and can just fly anyway, but you let that thought drift away. What would you like to do in the bubble? Is there anything in particular you'd like to try to do while you're in this bubble?
Oh, I'm doing cartwheels.
Okay, yeah, sure. The bubbles you can see follows. There's like a. It must be magically enchanted because there is a. Well, clearly it's magically enchanted, but more than you realize because there is a set sort of path that all of the bubbles have been taking. And your bubble proceeds to continue along that path with the others. It one by one goes over each of the rides in the Witchlight Carnival over the course of about 10-15 minutes before finally depositing you out the front of the bubble pop teapot. It's a pleasant enough ride. It's not anything overly special, but it's a pleasant, relaxing time.
Gives me quite the view.
Thank you for riding the bubble pop teapot. I was actually. You do notice something while you're up there, Miss Snack. You sort of like take your time to glance around outside the carnival. There is a town about 5 minutes to the north of the carnival. As you looked around, you saw no civilization for miles. As far as you could see, it was just empty green plains. And that was it.
Sorry, was that north?
There was nothing outside of the carnival. There is, meant to be a village to the north, a very small village.
Okay,
It wasn't there. There was just nothing in any direction. There's meant to be hills and forests nearby, but all you could see in any direction you looked was just nothing. There appears to be nothing outside the carnival at the moment. So,
Is that an
Zenfire,
illusion made by the bubbles?
possibly, you're unsure. Zenfire and Luggage. What did you guys get for your stealth checks?
I got 9, which is reasonably stealthy for a dwarf, I think.
I got 14, but you said I had advantage, but I also have disadvantage on stealth, so my first roll was a 14. So does the advantage and the disadvantage cancel each other out?
They do. Yes.
Yeah, so 14. Yeah, my first roll was 14.
Okie dokie then. So the two of you start moving through the like a tent. You guys you're sort of looking around. You like briefly try to like squeeze between two carts, but the carts are a little too close. You like look under them, but you can't quite climb under them with like ruffling the mud and probably getting caught, like making too much noise. So the two of you instead decide to there's like a tent nearby. It's like the flaps fold up and there's no one inside.
You bastard! We had a
two
plan.
of you pull back the flap the rest of the way. Oh, what's your plan then?
No, that's right.
You just said we can't do it. No, carry on. I'm just venting my rage. Carry on with the tent.
No. What is the plan? That's okay. What's the plan, dude? That's
Do you
your
want me to
plan.
tell
Plan
him?
sounds great.
Do you want me to explain
Pull
it?
back the flap on the tent, isn't it? That's what I thought the plan is now.
Yeah, you've established we can't go under the carts, so carry on.
Yeah, the carts are a little too close to the ground. You guys can, but I'm just saying with your rolls, you would probably notice Luggage that the ground is very muddy, and it would be very easy for them to see you invisible, attempt like moving in the mud, and also it would make them spotting Zenfire very obvious. You could still try, but you think you might be okay, but Zenfire would most likely get caught if you went under one of the carts, is all.
Yeah, no worries. Carry on. Well, I'll tell you in the debrief what we were planning to do.
Well, either way, no matter what you're doing, before you actually get to do it, you hear a voice from behind you say, "Oi, what are you doing?" And you turn around to see a 11-foot tall man. You see he is bald. He's covered in tribal tattoos, no shirt on. He has pink skin, and all of his tattoos are bright green. This man is clearly a Goliath, but this man is very thin. He's wearing the same wings that all of the Witchlight hands wear, and he's just sort of very casually wandering over to you, Zenfire, specifically, because he can't see Luggage, obviously. He's wandering over and say, "Hey, what are you doing over here? Exactly. What are you doing?"
Question: do we see anything inside the small tent before we turn around to see this gargantuan kaleidoscope of color walking towards us?
It appears to be empty.
Bugger. Okay. In that
It appears
case,
to be empty.
I put on a let's go with reasonably like salubrious voice in my best drunken dwarvish, and go, "Oh, yourself. What are you doing?"
Oh, this is gonna be fucking great. I was performing over there. He looks kind of taken aback, like you see the look of a man who has clearly many a time caught someone doing something they shouldn't have been, like, "What are you doing?" And clearly has never just had someone answer like that before. Like, you see him actively stop and take stock of what's happening. He's like, "Wait, no, I'm doing my job. What are you doing over here? You're not allowed over here. Go back to the carnival, please."
You are doing your job, are you?
This area.
Well, good for you.
Are you just
You're
standing
doing
there
a good
talking, or
job.
are you gonna?
I'm looking for the thing.
Thank you. Looking for what? Sorry.
The thing.
The thing, and what?
Yeah, you know, the thing.
What
The thing.
thing would that be?
The thing. With the standing and the expelling of the fluids and thing.
A lavatory.
Yes,
This
that
way,
thing. Yes.
So
Gee,
I
smart
can
one,
show
aren't
you
you?
to a lavatory. Come on.
Oh, you're gonna show me a lavatory? Yes.
Oh God, I get drunker and drunker. He sort of like very calmly steps behind you and like places a hand on each of your shoulders and starts leading you the way you would like an annoyed child towards
feisty.
the bathrooms. While this interaction is happening, what are you doing, Luggage?
Oh, laughing my ass off at the present point. Was I able to, when Zenfire had the tent flap open before the Goliath came over, was I able to slip inside?
I'll
Did
say
I have
yeah.
time
Like
to
you
do
could have
that?
easily stepped in that amount of time. Yeah, definitely do that. Definitely, you would have been able to step inside. It's like when you guys pulled it back, you sort of like rolled it back, so it's just kind of open. You could just go in like that. Yeah, you're into
Yep.
the staff area. What exactly would you like to be looking for here?
So, I have grave reservations about the people organizing this carnival, especially the missing children that everyone seems to brush over. So I would like to cast about to look for information on what the hell this is. Whether I need to do a search or an insight or tell me what I need to do, because I think there's something very evil at play.
We're going to say, so what we're going to do is this will be a few different checks. So the first check you're going to make will be a perception check, and then we'll do an investigation check. Okay, so go ahead and make me a perception check first.
Okay, and that's on. No, that's not on saving throws. Perception, there it is.
One of your skills should be governed by wisdom.
Yep. All right, my perception passive is 13, and I just got an 11 on the roll. Oh, sorry, 14. Sorry, I got a 14 on the roll. I do apologize. 14 on
so
14 total on the roll.
Looking around, you see. No, that's okay. You do see a wagon that is slightly larger, that is clearly newer, it's brighter, it just looks nicer. You assume that this is probably the wagon that belongs to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, the people who actually run the carnival. And you're smart enough to know that if anything's going on that has to do with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, it's probably going to be in their wagon somewhere. You might be able to find some evidence in their wagon. You do, while you're looking around, however, spot let me just quickly get the specifics here so I don't give you incorrect information. Towards the exit to here that heads back into the big top, you see what looks like a clown. You see he is rather rotund, human as far as you can tell, stands about 5 foot tall, wears a classic like bright blue and purple, like almost like French aristocrat's outfit with like the neck piece and everything. He's got like a pointy blue hat, and clown makeup over his face. He has like a white painted face with like a purple frowny face, and he's sort of like leaning against like one of the wagons, smoking a pipe. He also wears a pair of the same bright yellow, but the same butterfly at the entrance. You assume that this is the one who's guarding the entrance to here. This is not someone you've seen around before. What would you like to do? You can sort of like see the wagon. You do see a couple of other larger tents that might be important, but you're not entirely sure. The wagon's sort of like the one thing that stands out to you most.
Did you say I could do an investigation check while I was in here? Is there any point to doing that in this tent? Like in this area that I'm in?
You can if you want. It'll just be to search this specific tent. You can if you want, or you might be able to find something in here, but it's just up to you. If you want to, you can, but no guarantee you'll find something useful.
Just on the way through, just do a quick poke around. Maybe I might find some paint. 12.
Go ahead and make me an investigation.
-1, so 11. Yep, I did 11. 11 on investigation.
Okay. You sort of look around. You begin looking around the tent. You can't find anything of interest in here. You do find. You're sort of looking at the contents of the tent, and you're like, "There's nothing in the contents." But what catches your eye isn't the contents; it's your own footprints. You're sort of like you're wandering around the tent, and you look at where you came from. You sort of like maybe you cast a glance out to see like where Zenfire's gone, and as you do, you see your footprints coming into the tent. But where your footprints are, you see that you have stepped over another set of footprints that has entered this tent the same way, and then clearly also exited the tent the same way that you did. These footprints are, like a crow's feet, like the three toes out the front and like one out the back sort of thing. It looks like that. It looks like birds' feet, like large bird's feet, like big enough to be like a human-sized bird, has walked into this tent and then back out. That catches your eye.
Okay. I would like to... is there anything connected to this tent that I can use to work my way around to the most interesting carriage while I'm still invisible, or do I need to go out in the open? Do I see any pathway to get there?
Yeah. Yep. So in the actual center, there is stuff everywhere. There are piles of crates. There are other smaller wagons, smaller tents. Like you can easily move your way through. Go ahead and make me your stealth check.
Oh, for
if you
shit's
want.
sakes. So if I'm
Fail it.
While you're
stealthing
making a
through,
stealth check, we will
especially-
jump.
Ah, Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm a
doing-
lumbering.
When
Yeah,
we get back to
What's
you,
my
in a minute,
armor giant? Shit.
Albert and Ranik, the two of you, your ride comes to a close. Would the two of you like to have the two of you made any? I'll say Ranik, if you want to help Albert Eggmeister with the riddles,
Yeah.
like the riddles type, the puzzle type thing that I've given you, you are welcome to. Because you're distracted, but you are present enough to, if he's like, oh, there's a weird mystery here, you're present enough to be like, I will participate. Have you made any progress, do you think, on that? Though, guys,
Yeah.
that you would like to
Yeah,
check?
Ranik knows all of them, he said.
Jeez. Well, brother, putting me on the spot for someone who was very
Yeah.
distracted in game and out of game.
I got
that was
the-
happening.
Got
Because
the
something was
first
going
one.
on here.
What's
So,
this
so you
one?
got the first one. The first one was fortune favors the bold. The second one is the word fall. And the letters PR for a 5-letter word.
Yeah. Yeah,
Pride.
what? Oh. Is
That was my
pride?
bad. I stuffed that up and accidentally gave you guys one for free there.
Wow.
Damn it. Damn it, DM. My brain broke there.
Yes, we take
yeah,
those.
the next one is.
Yeah, so I heard what
you
he
guys
said.
can have
I'm not
those.
with
The first one is
I'll
fortune
tell
favors
you.
the bold.
Oh my god, I know
The third one
one.
is yeah.
Yeah.
What is?
Third one's
What do you think the third one is? I'll say everyone can. I'll say you. Yeah.
a rolling stone gathers no moss? Is that it?
Oh.
What?
You watch as
thought it was
the
Stitch.
missing O and S from Moss
Of course.
reappears.
Oh,
I'm
did
so
you
glad you
put
guys
out,
are on
like,
top of
how-
this
The
because I am
unicorn's
so
name tag
confused.
Moss completes itself.
Yeah.
Hey, it's moss.
So far you've got fortune favors the
Normally I'm
bold,
pretty good
pride
with
goes
these
before a
things.
fall, a rolling stone gathers no moss. The last one is, I'll remind you again, the
And
word nine.
Oh.
no, it was
It's
Stitch.
dash, dash, and dash.
Yeah, I think this whole
You
thing got
messed
messed
it
up.
again.
Yeah, Jay, you just gave
Oh,
the.
nine
We had
is
it anyway.
nine is for
Yeah,
10-9. Yeah,
Mine is for Stitch.
my bad. Look, my brain's not working.
Stitch
Tonight,
is
guys.
supposed to be
Yeah.
a Stitch in time.
Jay needs to
Yeah,
get his
yeah.
second cup of
Yeah.
coffee.
You're
Okay.
doing great, Jay. We got you, boo.
Jay, let's have a little coffee
I'm
break.
going to
Us
be
two go
entirely
get
honest.
a
I've never
new cup
actually
of
had
coffee.
anyone. I've never had anyone actually
I
get that riddle.
solved them
The amount
all.
of times I've had to replace that riddle in games. Yeah, as
Oh,
you
really?
solve
Which
them all.
one?
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Stitch in
Yeah,
time.
that's all- that's the four.
The Stitch in time saves
The
9 or
Stitch
something like that.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
3 of these things I did not know. The Pride one I
Yeah.
got.
Um,
I got all of them, but Jay just gave them away anyway. So
Yeah.
No, Egg. Now we can never know if he actually got them. So
each
I'm
of
just
Oh.
gonna say Jay gave them to you.
Egg nose.
Egg had them in the group chat. He did get them.
I don't see. I didn't remember seeing that, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't put him in the group chat because we're not
Oh,
there.
I see. Slash space all. Like, delete all.
Yeah, sorry, Jay. Please carry on. We've gotten sidetracked.
No, all good. So each of you
I'm still game
hears
for that
the
coffee
two of
break.
you hear a voice in your head. Each of you hear something in your head. Ranik, in your head, you hear the one you seek lairs in a cottage, standing on stilts in a fey swamp.
In a face swamp.
In a fey swamp.
In a cottage. On
And
stilts.
you, Albert,
yeah.
here in your head, what do I want to give you?
A rough time.
Oi.
Or a good time, you know. Hey, I'm not judging.
God damn it.
So
They,
if he's in his head, is
the
he hearing
unicorns tell
something?
you. No, sorry, I was trying to find the right way to word it. That was my bad. The Witchlight is not your enemy, but they have the doorway you need.
Well, is
That's all.
that?
I'm still stuck on trying to find a cottage on this map.
So,
Doorway I need.
Luggage, you begin
Mhm.
moving over to the large caravan, the large cabin type
Mhm.
thing on wheels.
As I'm moving, do I find or
As
see anything
you come
interesting in the
over-
other tents?
No, a lot of the tents just seem to be like dwellings for 1, 2, maybe 4 people. You can go in and have a look if you want. It just looks like mostly personal items, like clothes,
No, I don't
personal
wish to go in.
hygiene
Just,
stuff, beds.
just
Like
one
it's
of this
just
thing.
it's just like people's bunks essentially. Yeah.
Mhm.
Nothing interesting as you sort of pass by. As you get to the wagon though, you reach the wagon and you can hear 2 voices emanating from inside. Would you like to try to listen to see if you can hear what they're saying?
I would love to hear what they are saying. Yes, please.
Okay, could you please make me a perception check?
Oh, just one good roll, please.
Knowing you, probably never.
No, it was going to be an 18, and it's not.
Oh, the old.
It's a 1.
5.
What?
Wait,
Is-
I want you to succeed. Damn it.
It takes you a while. You miss most of the conversation, but you manage to catch the end of it. The last few interactions. I'll give you something, but you can't make out much. But you do hear the end.
Wait,
you hear,
before you do that, can I be like Inspector Gadget and
Yeah.
just have a giant robot mechanical ear come out of the side of my head and give me advantage on that roll? I know I can't. I just want to ask.
I'll give you the ear. I won't give you advantage.
I'll take it. I'll take the ear.
Go.
You
like
hear
in-
from inside You hear from inside the wagon. You need to find a way to calm down. I'll calm down when that Kenku pest is gone. She knows nothing. She'll get frustrated soon enough and be on her way. I hope you're right. Just trust me, okay? I always do. That's all you hear.
Do I can
From
I
there,
do
the
anything
conversation,
to
you
see if I
managed to make out a
recognize
few
those
things. It
voices?
appears to...
Like, do
You
I
recognize
recognize
both of those voices. You heard those voices a very, very long time ago. You heard those voices. Very
Yeah,
long
the-
time ago,
they-
you had one interaction with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. Very distinct voices of Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Do I recognize?
From there,
that,
you catch glimpses of of the conversation. It seems to shift into like, yes.
No, I do.
No,
Did I
no,
recognize
please.
them in terms of this visit, or are you
recognize-
talking? Are you talking the original loss of my? Yep.
The original
Or
visit when you
now.
lost something. When you lost something, you would have had an interaction with them. So you recognize their voices, but this interaction is happening now.
Yep. I just want to know
but
when
you
I
do
knew their
recognize their
voices from.
voices from the last time.
Yep. So it wasn't
last
this
time you were
visit
here, you
with
would
my
have heard their
friends.
voices.
Yep. Got it.
No,
So I
you guys
haven't
haven't actually interacted
Yep.
with them.
They weren't pretending to be someone else. To tell you why I'm asking, like they weren't someone else that we've run into whose voice sounded. Yep. That's all I was
No.
asking. That's it.
No.
Yep.
No.
Thank you.
First time you've heard these two particular voices. As you're standing there, you're sort of like trying to make out more of the conversation. It seems like it shifts towards like the current mood of the carnival, and they're like maybe chatting about new action attractions. When all of a sudden you feel the weight of a massive furry hand clamp down on your shoulder, and in your left hole where a Warforge's ear would be, you just hear very quietly, "Don't make any noise, and they won't know you're here."
Okay.
Snack. No, let's go to Zenfire.
Yes.
Making a noise, bro.
Zenfire, you are currently being you are led to the lavatory by this large Goliath Witchlight hand.
Is this going?
What I'm assuming you enter.
I do,
and
but
alleviate yourself.
before my guide parts, I turn to him and say, "Remember, no matter how nice the soap smells, don't leave the toilet smelling your fingers." And off I trot.
You
I need to go drinking with Dante.
none of you
But it
none
smells
of you
really
will
nice.
ever know this outside of the game. Your characters will never know this, and this is pointless information, but I want you as players to know that that man is going home tonight to fully rethink his choice of career. You have convinced him that his mother was right. He should have just been a dentist.
No, not the dentist track.
You were the straw that broke the camel's back.
Excellent.
Goliath dentist. Oh, at least he's not a proctologist. That would have been worse.
Oh, God. So, as you come back out of the lavatory, Zenfire, you wander back out. As you do, you see that the big top, the flaps of the big top for the door were kind of open before, but all of them are open on the front now, and there are people packing the big top at the moment. Zenfire, you can see like it's dark now. Like, it's properly nighttime at this point. You guys are about 4 hours into the carnival at this point, and you can see that there are lights shining from out the top and all around the big top, and you see standing at the front of the big top is a tall, thin man. This man wears a very bright, tight leotard. You can see that his legs are like diamond checker, red and white pattern. His opposite leg, his left leg, is like red and white striped. His chest is red and white striped. His back has red and white like polka dots and a back like red polka dots with a white background. You can see that he has a purely white painted face with a red diamond over one eye and a Santa style hat type thing. But on the end, it ends like in 3 tentacles with 3 different baubles. You can see that his arms are these very like big, puffy, like aristocratic, like fittings with like very loose cuffs around his wrists that like have like very nice red feathers around them, and he moves in a very exaggerated way as he step right up, come and see the big top extravaganza. You can see he holds in his left hand a long metal rod. It's about 1.5 feet. It is made of pure gold, and it is topped by a ruby butterfly. Zenfire, you have seen this man once before. You have met this man once before. You would know that voice, you would know that outfit, and most importantly, you would know the item that he holds anywhere. That man is Mr. Light himself. There appears to be some sort of event going on currently at the big top, and Mr. Light himself has come out to help set it up.
The murder hobo.
You do notice also, Zenfire.
Oops, say that again.
You do notice as well, Zenfire, that as people enter, none of them are having their tickets checked. You think this might just be a free event that anyone can attend.
Excellent. I should go and
see that
investigate.
As you enter, you can see that the painted wooden panels, like on the outside that are still down, whir with motion. Like the paintings move and they display vibrant circus performances. You can hear music and laughter drifting out through the canvas door. It appears to be a genuine big top show is about to happen. Would you like to go and watch?
Yes, please.
Wonderful. The rest of you who are not currently being detained by Burley, would any of you also like to head to the big top? for this.
If that's where the party's
extravaganza.
going, yes.
Yeah.
Let's regroup.
Let's go.
Yeah, why not?
I think that'd be the most distracting thing, would
Okay,
it
you
not?
all managed to. No, yeah, definitely. That it like the entire carnival seems to get dark compared to the lights at the big top. So you are all led into the big top and led to seats. I'll say you all managed to find each other and sit together again. As you all sort of sit down and begin to like share your findings and this is the information we found. As you all go to start talking, the lights dim and a sudden hush hits the crowd. A second later, a single spotlight illuminates a lithe, elven figure sitting in a silver hoop suspended above the center ring by silk ropes. The elf wears the same dazzling suit of diamond-paned mirrors and a pair of butterfly wings. His scepter, now the butterfly at the top, is like spinning like a vane. Welcome, one and all, to this evening's extravaganza. I am Mr. Light. Prepare to be delighted. So, you watch as the light goes out again. You hear a little bit of shuffling, and a second or two later, that single spotlight comes on the center of the arena. And you see a giant clamshell sitting there. Huge. As big as a swimming pool. The clamshell begins to open, and you see coming out of it is a beautiful woman. She has long green flowing hair. You can see that she wears like a very nice like sequin like blue top. And you notice that her bottom half is that of a fish. She is clearly a mermaid. And you watch as from her clamshell bathing pool, she begins to sing for you and serenade you over the course of the next couple of minutes. As she does, you, Zenfire, recognize the Goliath performer who enters the ring. You can see that he holds in one hand a large bottle. On the brown bottle is simply 3 markings. It just says X, X, X. You see him
It's not from Queensland
walk
then.
over and he walks over and strikes. He walks over and strikes a torch that he is holding on a flint. Oh, it's okay. On a flint at the edge of the arena, and the torch ignites. As the beautiful mermaid continues to serenade you, he begins drinking whatever liquid is in there, and you watch as he holds the torch up to his mouth and begins blowing the liquid on the torch. Every time he does, you watch as flames erupt out towards the cloud, but the flames shift and turn. The first one he does, you watch as it shifts into a massive flaming red dragon that circles the arena, barely scraping your head. He does it again, and you watch as you see a symbol of Mr. Light dancing spectacularly for the audience. Slowly, their performance begins to die down, and you hear everything goes dark again, and then lights begin to come on, all different colors, and you're all sort of waiting to see what happens. When all of a sudden you see a single streamer begin to fall from the roof and hit the ground. And you watch as out of the darkness, a small figure appears. It is a dragon, but it's only about the size of a house cat. Walks over to the middle of the arena, looks up at everyone. You watch as the very clearly pseudo-dragon stands on its back legs, bows, gets back onto all fours, turns, and walks away. As this happens, Burley grabs you with his meaty hand and begins forcing you with him towards the nearest tent. Do you try to resist?
Are you talking to me now?
Yes.
So this is the same guy who whispered in my ear, "Stay quiet," and they won't hear you.
They won't know you're here. Yes.
Did my invisibility wear off?
No.
Ooh.
You are still invisible.
I'm just going to whisper, "Are you Burley by any chance?" as I walk with him.
That would be me. Let's have this conversation in private. You reach the tent and he pulls back the flap. I'm assuming you enter, or would you like to attempt to escape?
No, I'm going to enter.
Okay, as you enter, you walk into the tent and turn around to see this hulking form. The figure stands nearly 10 foot tall. He is huge. He is hulking. He is a mass of muscle and covered in brown fur. You can see that in his right hand he holds a club. In his left hand he holds, or never mind, it's not a book. The book is hanging on his belt. My apologies. And on his head, because we're doing that. As you enter, you see he reaches up and removes the pumpkin helmet, and you see the face of a bugbear looking at you. It is a brief moment where he stares directly into your eyes, and then just, you gotta help me, man. I'm in over my head. Like, these guys, oh, it's fucked. It's all fucked.
Whoa, what?
Just
Back inside.
overflow.
Back
Burley.
inside. You
Oh,
will
sorry, I
watch
can't.
as you begin
Okay.
to hear the classic. You begin to hear the classic. As a elven figure, not Mr. Light, but another one. You can see he wears drab, pale blue colors, and his skin is painted to match. He holds what looks like a bucket in one hand and a pail, like for in the other. And you can see that as he enters, he like waddles in, staring at the ground. He also looks around at the audience, gives everyone a nice nod, and you watch as entering around him are 20, you count in total, a mix of fairy and pseudo dragons with streamers tied to them that begin to fly around the arena as a mime begins to play silent games with various audience members. He pulls them up and plays. Sometimes he plays simple games, like he does magic tricks for them, and he plays jokes on them. He pulls coins from behind their ears. At one point, he just pulls 3 kids up, and you all watch for 2 minutes as he just plays a game of tag in front of you. Eventually, he ends his more childish performance as all of a sudden a troop of acrobats, clowns, and fire breathers begin to parade around the arena. Hugh Jackman stands in the middle and gives a riveting musical number for you all.
The Greatest Showman. Nice.
In a tent, however, Burley stands staring at you. You can see he has a terrified expression on his face. He is on his knees, pleading with you that they need help. Look, where do I even begin? Look, bad things have been happening at the carnival for a while. People and things are going missing. Look, the bosses, they know more than they're telling, but their hands are tied somehow for whatever reason. They can't say anything. You're the first people I've met who might be able to set things right. Look, Witch and Light, they're good guys, but we need some leverage against them because we need them to spill the beans because we need to fix whatever the hell's going on here. Things are broken and it's not good.
Burley, I need you to take a breath, and I need to know where to start.
I'm taking lots of them. Look, okay,
Dude.
look.
I don't have a diaphragm,
met-
but I believe you need to use it.
I love puns.
You guys met Dear Lager, right? The displacer beast. She lost her
Yes.
cub
Yes.
a while ago. She's just one of many. Sometimes it's people, but you all know it's not just. Something about this carnival has turned wicked. It used to be a thing of beauty and and it was amazing, but it has been corrupted. Something has reached in and see they never would have let this happen. Whatever's happening, they can't stop it, but they're not saying anything. They refuse to talk about it. They just insist that everything's fine and to go about business. But we need to get them to talk. Look, you and your friends are the first people who have come in here and might actually be able to make a difference. Everyone who is here already is we're stuck. We have our jobs, and the other guests they come here for a job all the time and they leave. But you've all lost something. You're like us. All of you have lost something, and you want to get it back as much as we want to get our things back. So if you help us, we can help each other, right? Like that's how this works. You help us, we help you. You know, you scratch my back, I don't know, kill a guy for you. That's how that works, right?
escalated quickly.
Yeah.
Burley,
About like where it's heading.
I don't know how this works.
you have the rough gist of it, my friend. Burley, who was talking in the caravan that you escorted me from? Who were those voices? I've heard them before.
It was Witch. It was Witch and Light. They're the owners of the carnival. They're the ones who own the carnival. They're from the Shadowfell, and supposedly they got the carnival thousands of years ago. They traded it. They had like a dark version of a carnival, and like they traded it as like a joke with these Fae, and so now they're in charge of the Fae carnival, and some Fae are in charge of the Shadowfell carnival. It's a whole thing. But look, they're nice people. They just want to make sure everyone has a good time. But we need to get them to talk. We need leverage. If you and your friends can get leverage against them, then you can make them give us the answers that we need to fix this problem. And I think I might know how to get that leverage.
Tell me.
Mr. Witch, the larger of the two men, he has something called the Witchlight watch, he calls it. It's essentially used to... It doesn't feel like you've been in the carnival a very long time, right? It feels like minutes, an hour maybe. But you guys have already been here for 4 hours, and it doesn't feel like that long. Mr. Witch uses the watch to essentially augment time, not for any nefarious purpose, but so that people can, if people are having fun, he'll slow down the passage of time outside so that they don't miss as much time because they stay inside longer. He can sort of control time in the area where the carnival is. Now, that watch is needed to make sure that everything stays on track and on time. And I think that you and your friends should steal it. And I think you and your friends should steal it right now. The Big Top Extravaganza has just started. If you can get into the audience and find your friends, Mr. Witch is going to be distracted. He loves watching the extravaganza. The Witchlight watch is kept in his back pocket. All I need you to do is get the watch and get back. Look, I don't condone theft, but I mean, it's not really theft if you give it back. It's more borrowing with an ulterior motive, if anything. And look, you've made friends here. People have noticed you. Elowick Tumblestrom, Durlagra owes you a debt. Diana Cloppington, some of your friends interacted with her. If you ask people to help you, they will. We need help, and you're the only people who can help us.
Burley, the watch, does it control the carnival, or does it just control the time?
Both. I don't exactly know the abilities that it has. I'm not a magical person. I just know that if you get the watch, that will be enough. I just know the watch is important. Okay, I've never bothered digging into it because it was never really that important. I just know that if you get the watch, that will... The watch is used to pack up and set up the carnival. The carnival is set up magically, and you need the watch and the vein, the staff that Mr. Light has to actually do that. Now, you can't get the staff because Mr. Light always has it in his hand, but the watch you can take. It can control time, but I've heard rumors that only Mr. Witch can do that. I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah, if you can, if you can get it,
so
we can.
So we need the watch. We need the staff. Essentially, they are controlling the carnival. From the magic users you've mentioned in the bits and pieces you have gathered, if we were to destroy one or both of them would we free you from the carnival?
Well, oh,
Because
no,
the missing children
not
really
trapped in the
disturb
carnival.
me.
Okay. Oh God, we do not have time for this. Look, we're not trapped here. Everything that's been taken has been sent somewhere else. The carnival is a gateway, a doorway into another realm. Destroying the carnival won't close the doorway. We need the watch to find out what that realm is and how to get there, because we need to go there and stop this. We can't stop whatever's happening here. We need to go there.
Agree.
And Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are the only ones who can do that.
All right, so Burley,
Okay.
I will need assistance to get this watch. How do we get it? Because I am stealthy as a truck.
If only you had
Okay.
a rogue.
I don't know what a truck is. I don't know what a truck is.
A large metal cart.
If you're as stealthy as one of, if you're that confident, I trust you. I don't know how to get the watch. That's kind of why I came to you and your friends. He doesn't know what a truck is. Trucks don't exist in this
I
world.
didn't think about that before I
You
said
just
it.
said it confidently.
Oh, Burley, you said that Mr. Witch is currently distracted. Can you get my friends to behind Mr. Witch, lead on so that we may try and get this watch? Or do you and I need to do it now?
In an almost Ocean's 11 style, the frame shifts and we see this conversation playing out, but on the other half of the screen we see our 4 other party members as Burley reaches up behind them and one by one taps each of them on the right shoulder while standing on their left-hand side. So one by one, all of you turn to the right to look at each other and then turn back to the left to see Burley, because Burley thinks that's funny. And he just sort of like, you 4 have to come with me, please. We have, please just come with me.
Luggage needs you,
please, if you wouldn't mind. And he will, if you 4 will go with him, he will lead you away from. He leads you out the front door of the beak top and around the side to the same tent that you previously entered.
Well, I mean, that was hilarious. I mean, I trust you. Like when you tapped
I
us
trust
in the
random
opposite
strangers
shoulder,
while I'm on
that's-
drugs.
I'm very happy that dumb childlike jokes are winning over this party. That makes me very happy.
I'm a very simple
Guys are
man,
easily
dude.
pleased, and that makes my job easy.
You didn't need
Very-
word puzzles. You just apparently need primary school jokes.
And Ocean's 11, you had me
No.
sold. I'm like,
That was good.
Mission Impossible music playing as I'm sliding across the wall.
So, as you guys are walking back out, the first panel now sort of like switches to all of you standing together as we get the half screen of all of you leaving. We then have that half screen pan down as Burley says, Mr. Witch is going to be standing at the entrance to the carnival. You guys actually passed him on the way out, and he's going to have the watch in his back pocket, and you watch as a third screen like fills up another like third of this one. You see like a zoom in of Mr. Witch's very well tanned yet still large buttocks and the pocket watch hanging out of his back pocket.
We didn't need that part of the
Mr.
description.
Witch got some booty.
Yeah, we did.
He got some
but yes.
cake.
Which he got
I
back.
think you did. I
Which he
think it
got
was
back as
very
he back
important
when I was
information.
Is he in apple bottom jeans?
So
Oh,
Boots
dear.
with the fur.
The whole tent's looking
Burley,
at him.
Dropping it low, low, low.
All right, sorry, Jay. Carry on.
I'm sorry, Jay.
no, it is fine. This is amazing. This is genuinely great.
I'm just sorry. You caked him up, man. It's just
Jesus.
me so hard.
It just... Okay, so okay, okay.
We broke Racer.
I'm just glad that didn't go towards the camera.
Okay.
That was a little too
Okay.
hard.
All right, can we just do like
guys-
Can we just give her a 1 minute Google break?
Yep.
I can't even.
All right, 1 minute giggle break. Get it out of your system.
My nose.
As you guys
Yep.
chat to Burley, he essentially explains to you that he needs you to steal the Witchlight watch as leverage. Now, he also tells you that he cannot have Witch and Light know that he plotted against you. Now, God damn it.
Mhm.
I can't.
Jay, just in the interest
he also
of brevity,
tells you
while
that he doesn't.
oh, sorry,
Yeah.
as Burley's getting everything caught up
Let's
as
just
well.
take a quick break there.
Yeah, just while Racer's having a muck out, if would it be possible that as we've all
I
come
was
together,
composed
'cause
until I looked at freaking Discord. Thanks, Dante.
What?
it's a private message chain. Don't even let's just move on. So, Jay, can we assume while this is happening that we have all swapped our respective stories, riddles, puzzles, the things that we
Yes,
found
I
out,
will
and Burley is catching us up. Yep.
gladly. I will
It just
gladly
saves
let
me
you guys do this.
reiterating it all. That's all.
Yep. No. All good. We will just.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So we're all
So-
caught up on each other's respective happenings.
Yep.
So Burley,
So-
you're saying that you working against them is secret.
It kind of has to be, or I'm gonna get kicked out of my home with all of my friends, and it's also my job. But I also don't want to see anyone get hurt. None of the people in the carnival are bad people, except Thaco. Screw Thaco, but that's the whole thing. Everyone else, though, they're kind of amazing, and I don't want to see them get hurt. So no one can get hurt, and no one can know I was involved. But you need to get the watch. If you get the watch, you can force Witch and Light into a situation where they have to answer your questions to get it back.
All right. I think I can dig that.
He's currently out the front entrance. Now, if you can distract him while someone nabs the watch, that'll be the best. He's easily distracted and honestly doesn't really he keeps it hanging loosely. It should be pretty easy to grab. You just might need a
The pocket's pretty
distraction or
loose?
something. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll be the one to go grab it.
Please promise to not get distracted.
Hey, look, man, my hand's down there. If I get handsy, I get handsy.
There are children's lives hanging in the balance.
Yes, now I'll try to stay as focused as I can be.
I
have something that I would like to discuss with Mr. Witchlight that is not in any way related to what we're doing here, that may be a distraction. If you guys are willing for me to go and have a chat with him about perhaps getting some of the amazing uniform paints that his employees have. I'm very keen to go and have that conversation. Burley, do you believe that would be a suitable distraction?
Oh yeah, that should be fine as long as he's looking in one direction for long enough that your friend here can grab the
right.
watch. It shouldn't be an issue.
Let's get cracking.
All right. And invisibility's dropped at this point, I imagine.
Yeah. Invisibility. If it's not dropped now, you can manually drop it when you like. So I assume you would. Okay, so everyone begins to move into position. Luggage, you move around and you see the large figure of Mr. White. You can see Mr. Witch is wearing a very nice brown suit with a very nice leather vest underneath, a white shirt, and a tie tucked underneath it. You can see he has a very nice red flower on his collar. He walks with a very nice cane, rings on every single finger, and wears a large black top hat. You can see he is a much shorter, a very heavy set man. Think sort of like very reminiscent of like Kingpin almost from the Marvel comics. He's very strikes an intimidating figure when you see him.
Is it like Penn and Teller?
Kind of, yeah.
I'm
Actually,
not
like
making a joke there because
like
that's literally what I was thinking. Like Penn
like
being
a
the really big one, and then Penn and Teller being the really shorter one.
Yes, pretty much. As you approach him, he sort of like turns to you and says, "Oh, hello there. Well, coming to enjoy the show, are you?"
I'm trying to stay unseen when he.
Yeah,
I don't
so
want him to see me.
I was
gonna lumber
talking
up.
to the luggage then.
Yep.
Okay.
I believe you are Mr. Witch. Is that correct? You're very
That would
statuesque
be
gentleman.
correct. It
I
is a
have,
pleasure to meet you. He gives you like a nod of the head and sort of puts his hand out. And what might your name be, young man?
My name is Luggage. I have never been referred to as a man before. That warms my heart if I had one. And I'll awkwardly reach out my hand in like a jilting, stilted motion as something that's quite unfamiliar.
He
If you'll take
very slowly shakes your hand. He seems used to shaking the hands of people who don't shake hands. He is a fey creature and is used to dealing with oddities.
Consummate
Could I,
politician.
could I have a stealth check from Ranik, please, while this happens?
Yes.
Come on, Snuffy.
At advantage as well, Ranik,
Okay.
because he's distracted.
Oh,
Anyway, what might I be able to help you with, Mr. Luggage?
A 19.
Holy shit, okay. Right.
Plus 5, baby.
Mr. Witch, I greatly admire the colors and the outfits and garments of your I don't know, employees, attendees, the people who are manning the stalls. Their sense of fashion is just glorious, and I would like nothing more than to get some paint to decorate, my rather plain yet beautiful tunic with some of that paint. And I've been told you are the man to see for. I have kept my ticket unpunched almost to offer that in trade, but I would dearly love to do what needs to be done to make that happen. Is that possible?
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check, please.
But being
Could
honest,
you? So as you're sort of like sneaking up behind Mr. Witch, you're sort of like on the opposite side of the like road, and Ranik, you get halfway to Mr. Witch. You are almost there when all of a sudden your eye is caught to the left. You see a painted elf on a sign. You see a big wooden sign with an elf painted on it. All of a sudden, the painted elf jumps out of the sign and says, "Ha! Gotcha now, bastard!" And he throws his hat at someone near him. The hat smacks this man's face, and you watch as this man's entire head suddenly turns into that of a braying donkey, and the elf then begins laughing hysterically on the ground.
Oh.
I need you to make me a
Target.
wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I ain't the smartest man in the world.
I need you to
Stay
know
on
that
target.
it's only if you fail, you are going to completely forget what you are doing and be completely distracted.
Nat 20!
Oh, stop it.
Do I have to do it too? or
You-
not?
You see that. You sort of look over that and you're like, that's not even that funny, really. And get back down to business. Could I please have a sleight of hand check from you, Ranik?
And this is where I get the nat 20, and then I get a nat 1.
no,
Luggage.
don't.
Oh, I can't see it. That's an 8. Do I have advantage?
That's wizard.
You would, yes. You would have
Okay.
advantage, yes.
Okay, then never mind. Now I have a 15.
Okay. Okay. A 15's it's something.
It's
Luggage.
better than a 8. Yes.
You don't even see Ranik coming up behind him. Ranik is so good at his job that Ranik passes through an open space and you never even see him there. You don't see Ranik until he is standing right behind Mr. Witch and looks up and over his shoulder at you.
Yep.
My dear boy, you don't have to worry about the ticket. I'm sure we could arrange some paint. Mr. Light, or actually probably go chat to Calliope, to the people of the Calliope. Look, how about this? Meet me over at Lost and Found after the Big Top Extravaganza, and we can make sure we get you a few little tubs of that paint if you want. That's definitely something we can work out for someone who's as eager as yourself. Ranik, as he says this, without anyone even noticing, you very carefully lift the what?
Think of the children.
Disappear into the night. None the wiser.
Yes.
Great success!
Correct.
You Boratted with me. Nice.
It has been an absolute pleasure, young man. But if you don't mind, I should get back to watching the show. Yeah, come find me at Lost and Found afterwards, and I'm sure we can find someone to sort out some paint for me. No issue whatsoever.
Thank you, Mr. Witch. You have truly made my carnival. And I'm just going to reach out and just awkwardly give him the most uncomfortable hug he has likely ever received from a giant, poorly dressed robot.
You give him the most uncomfortable hug he has ever received, and in return, you get the most enjoyable, fulfilling, and like genuinely, like you can tell when you hug this man that there is nothing this man wants to be doing more at this moment than giving you a hug. Like something about this man screams he wants. Like the moment you hug him, he is right there with you. And for a brief moment, Luggage, for a brief moment, as you're hugging him, you look at your outfit and you just think to yourself, man, I'm dressed like shit. And then he lets go of you, and that thought just disappears.
Okay.
So, Mr. Witch gives you an awkward nod after your hug, and then promptly goes back to watching the Big Top Extravaganza. What would you like to do, Luggage?
Have I still got? Is the rest of our company still here? We've just seen Ranik disappear into the night.
I don't think
I'll say
saw me
Ranik
disappear.
But Ranik has disappeared. Like who's here with me?
Anyone who didn't want to be doing anything, anyone who wants to be doing anything at the moment can, but anyone who didn't, Burley would have just stayed in the tent and would have offered for you guys to stay behind. Anyone who didn't want to do anything in particular, and just meet back there once you guys have done something.
I'm
going to do Snow Angels after this.
I think at this point that haste is extremely important, and I would like to go with Burley to regroup with my team.
Okay. You all regroup, and Ranik, with a flick of his wrist, reveals to the party the gorgeous golden Witchlight watch that you have just stolen.
How was Mr. Witch? Was he a nice guy?
Got the firm butt.
Or is he like evil, like child eating sort of person?
He gave hugs of pure bliss. He had all of the good vibes and a magical buttocks.
And we just stole this thing from him.
Yes, but
we're easily persuaded.
Burley stands there and says, "Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Mr. Witch for a second. I'm gonna maybe hint at, hey, what's the time?" And then he'll realize the watch is gone, and then all you guys have to do is head over to their wagon, because he's gonna get Mr. Light and he's gonna talk to them and confront them there. Hopefully this whole mess can be sorted out soon. Okay.
What's the time?
Hang on, Burley. Burley, before you go, can any of us discern how this watch functions?
I'm gonna take a closer look at it, I guess.
Go ahead and make me an Arcana check to see if you can discern how the Witchlight watch actually functions.
Can we all do that, please?
Sure.
Right.
I got a 5, but I'm like
I'll
holding
be
it out
nice.
for everybody to see too.
Technically, this should take you guys an hour each individually. So this should take 5 hours, but I'll be nice and just let each of you do it off the cuff. Go ahead and make me an Arcana check, all.
All right, 16 from Luggage.
I got a 14.
Look, I'm not smart. I'm just fast and stealthy.
So the one thing that both of you can ascertain, you guys can't figure out how the watch works. The one thing you can ascertain from this watch is while you're holding it, you feel no magic at all emanating from this watch. You feel no presence or no indication that there is magic in this watch whatsoever. You think that the most likely answer to that is that this watch can only be, like, this watch is an item that requires attunement. It requires you to actually connect yourself with the watch. You assume that Mr. Witch is likely the only person that can actually do that.
All right. Can we talk before Burley goes off? Oh, sorry.
You most certainly can, yeah.
If this is another fog situation, I'm gonna be upset.
No, it's very brief. So, as all the information we have in front of us, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe we need to find out what's happening with this doorway and potentially relieve the cycle that is currently happening at this carnival for Witch and Light. The indications are that they are not terrible people, but there are certainly terrible things happening. And we believe, from what we have heard, that everything that has gone missing is able to be returned and is sitting through doorways that they control. Are we trying to put things right?
Look, I don't know half of what's going on, but what I do know is that there is a doorway and they can lead you to it. And through that doorway is a land like nothing any of you have ever seen. It is pure chaos. You can find what you're looking for and what's been lost there, both in terms of physically and emotionally in some cases.
I was actually also putting that to my party. Sorry, Burley.
Oh, my apologies. Burley steps back.
Can we get Burley out of the spotlight for a second, please? Thank you. I don't think there's anything I need to say or add. I'm ready to roll. I got the watch hidden, and I say we don't say who has the watch. Try to be as smart about this as possible. And
As long as
then,
there's no Pulp Fiction-like story happening here about where the watch is, we're all good.
But are we all agree we are trying to set things right? That is our goal.
But we're having fun.
Yes, but remember, we did say we'd try and find.
Our original goal coming here was to find the things that we lost.
Well, and find the child, was it? Oh, no, we found that child.
No, we already found the child.
Yeah.
I will tell you all that in being at this carnival and hearing of the missing children, that I am now less interested in finding what I have lost, because I mean, look at this style, and more interested in the very real lives that are at stake.
Quite right. Your style is impeccable, my two-legged pack horse, as is mine. So
Check pack horse
yeah.
off.
We have nothing to lose, and we should perhaps find things for others.
Was that the ringing of the dinner bell? Let's go.
I think that might be our warning that we're getting close to time. But I think it seems like we're all in agreement. So we know our direction of the conversation we're looking to have with Witch and Light.
Okay, so are you guys going to go confront Mr. Witch and Mr. Light?
Let's figure out one thing. Who's going to do the talking? I can try.
Yeah.
If he can stay,
if
he can stay focused.
Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe you should not be me. I can't focus, and I don't have a really good sense of direction.
I'm happy to help. I'm sure that we can all engage in this dialogue. I'm happy to open the dialogue as the person who's already spoken to Witch and who's met with Burley. But I'm also conscious that we probably need to wrap things up shortly for the evening.
Yes.
Take it away.
All right, Jay, over to you. We'd like to go and speak with them.
As the group reconvenes, you all walk over to Light and Witch's carriage, the five of you side by side, ready to face whatever happens. As you approach the carriage, one of you reaches forward and on the door. You wait for a second, but get no response. And you wait. And you wait, and you knock again, you get no response. And eventually you hear a voice from behind you, which is, "We're over here." "Thank you very much." "Yes, quite right." And all of you turn around to see standing in the middle of the opening are Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. Mr. Witch looks very unhappy. Mr. Witch looks like he is about to bring hell down on you. Mr. Light looks happy as hell, though. Mr. Light is never not smiling, so, he's cool. before any of you get the chance to speak, Mr. Witch raises a hand and just says, 5 words or less. What do you want for the watch?
Fewer.
Okay, no, I got one. Okay, I got one. Give everyone their things back.
Yes.
We have not taken anything. Never
I
have,
haven't-
never
we
will.
haven't
We are not
taken anything.
thieves. We have nothing to give back.
Return the children back home.
We have taken nothing. But they sort of look at each other. Come with us. The two
I
of them
follow.
just turn and begin to walk away.
I'm following after him.
As I
I'm
Witch
hiding
and
in
light.
someone's pocket.
Yes, Snack. Witch and Light leads you out the front of the big top and then take a right and head down past the bubble pot teapot, moving past the never explored Pixie Kingdom, not quite reaching snail racing, but instead stopping at the Hall of Illusions. As they do, they every now and again lean back to you. Mr. Light leans back to you and says, "There's a land beyond the mirrors. It is called Prismia. There is a patron of our carnival, an archfey by the name of Ziblina. Anyone who robs from the carnival or sneaks in or steals from us has something taken from them. And those items always find their way to Prismia. We have a way to get there, but it's one way. We can let you through, and you can find the things you're looking for. But how you get back is entirely up to you. That's not our problem." They lead you through the Hall of Illusions, all of which none of the illusions actually go off. The mirrors seem dark and dim, and you are led into a circular room with a giant oval-shaped mirror. It has a beautiful silver inlay of a stand that is built around it, and up the top you can see a large hourglass with sand filling through it. You all sort of stand there, and so as Mr. Witch and Mr. Light move you through the hall, Mr. Witch addresses you in a hushed tone. Everything you seek and more lies beyond this mirror. If you mean to step through, then stand in front of the glass and repeat this rhyme. I heard a pen.
Yep.
Pens at the ready.
Hither, thither, here and there. Wander, yonder, show me where. Simply stand in front of the mirror.
Yeah, I only
Say
got
it.
those 3 words.
I only got hither and thither, here and there.
I got you.
Heather
Wonder-
Scissor.
Hither, thither, here and there. Wander, yonder, show me where.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Wander yonder, show me where.
Stand in front of the mirror. Say the rhyme. And then,
I'm gonna be the last one to go. To be honest,
if we're lucky, if we're entirely lucky, you might just be able to save all of us.
What are you guys missing?
Whimsical.
We're missing far more than anyone else.
What
Now-
can you tell us about the other side? Or maybe
They
leave
sort
that
of
till
look at
next
each
time,
other and
because I know Racer's got to sleep.
yeah, we have no new information for you. We are bound by magic that we cannot speak of it. We've told you everything we can. The rest is up to you.
I just awkwardly try and hand them a piece of charcoal to see if they'll draw it on the on my tunic, like a map or something.
Oh, we should
They have nothing. They've given you all the information they can. The
well,
rest
give
is up
him
to you guys.
the watch back, I guess, Ranik.
Yeah, I was
Do you
gonna
give
do that
the
before I
watch
left, before I went through. But yeah, I'll give him the watch back.
You
Yeah, that was a
palm
deal.
him the watch, and he, thank you very much. Your honesty is appreciated. Now, the mirror, quickly. You stand in front of the mirror, and I'm assuming one of you will say the rhyme.
Yep.
Hither,
We all
Hither,
think
thither,
that.
here and there, wonder
There
yonder,
and-
show me where.
As you say that, mist begins to swirl in this mirror, blotting out your reflection as a blue glowing portal appears, and one by one, thoo, 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 4 of you step through. Who would be the last in the room?
Me.
As you go to step through, Mr. Witch grabs you on your shoulder and turns you towards him and says, "Mind the rule of 3, boy. Future, present, and past." Light leans over your corner and says, "Find the alicorn and free the dormant queen at last." And then Witch, with a large hand, just pushes you through the portal.
Okay, past, present.
Mind
the-
the rule of 3, future, present, past. Find the alicorn and free the dormant queen at last.
Future, present, and past.
Got it.
But alicorns are princesses.
Free the what? Sorry, I can only write so fast.
Alicorn.
Yeah,
All
find the
good.
other
Find the alicorn and free the.
free the dormant queen at last.
Princess, you say?
And
As you all
free-
through the portal, you stand at the edge of a raised, broken causeway under a hazy twilight sky. The causeway, which is built from pale stones that glow faintly from within, towers over the surrounding landscape around you, but large sections of it have crumbled away and broken. The parts that remain in place are separated by large gaps where portions of it have collapsed. A fog-shrouded swamp spreads out below you in all directions, and up from its murk wafts a smell of rotting plants. Also rising from the swamp is the music of nature, a discordant symphony of croaking frogs and singing birds. And that is probably where we'll end it for tonight.
Dude, that was amazing.